you are a Melodifestivalen veteran, or you just like cheesy music, then you have most likely heard about Gunther.
Hola, hola, ra-da-da-da-da.
And in a world with so many different artists, is it very hard to stand out. But Gunther has been doing so with style for almost 15 years. Almost every big artist today has made songs about sex.
It's about sex.
And even songs from the movie 50 Shades Darker is right now, as we speak, topping the charts worldwide. It's therefore very hard to create songs that uses these topics in a brand new way and show a varied type of music. And therefore many choose to do characters. But it's easy to do a character and a gimmick, but it's very difficult to actually live in that gimmick and live with that character and make that character feel real. And those who are able to do it, they deserve a lot of respect. And in return of all the hard work to keep these characters alive and keep these characters, realistic and feeling, like they're real people, they often have better music because of this, and often they can be more funny because you believe in these characters. So I want you to think right now about a much more sex-frustrated Steel Panther, and that replaced the 80s metal with the dose of Eurodance. And then you put everything on a porn set, and then you have the world we're going into today. This right here is a man that makes Rammstein not even able to hang with the way that this man is representing Germany. And the fact is, Gunther is not even from Germany, he's Swedish. But he is going on another level. And right now we're going to be stepping on this level for a few minutes, and we're going to look back at his historic career and look at my personal favorite songs by Gunther. So let's step into it and do my number 5. And my number 5 is the song Christmas Song.
Ding dong, it's a Christmas song.
Let's celebrate, let's give our love, now it is Christmas.
I want you to imagine a metrosexual Santa Claus. And then I want you to imagine him making words like candy and decorations dirty.
Candy, decorations, yeah.
Well, Gunther does just that, but he brings the Christmas spirit to a very catchy beat, and the Sunshine Girls, they are just bringing the light that Gunther is so very well at just making a little bit darker. As he says in the song, Santa is coming, and what more do you need to say?
Santa is coming.
Then we have my number 4, which is I'm Not Justin Bieber.
I'm not Justin Bieber, bitch.
This right here, imagine this being like a BDSM setting with a couple, and they are both switches, so they switch between being dominant and submissive. And imagine Gunther being like down and being the submissive one. Now, here's the thing that Gunther says in a song: I never stop as long as I can feel your love. I take it off, but I will never lose control. And then he loses the control more than Finland in 2009 in Eurovision. And he just screams out,
Switch. I'm not Justin Bieber, bitch.
I'm so fucking hot. He gives himself compliments to try to forget what just has happened, and it feels like he's looked at as a Justin Bieber type of guy. It's a very strange song. It's a very strange one. Then we have a little funny one. We have number 3, which is the Ding Dong song.
Like la la la.
I listened to this for the first time when I was very young. I was like a child. And okay, I'm gonna be honest here. I actually thought that this song was about ringtones on my phone. I thought about this being Bluetooth, and we just used the Bluetooth to give each other this ringtone, and it was like a catchy song, and it felt like, oh, this is like a crazy frog and snappy. And now that I'm older, I now realize what it's all about. It's all about the doorbells, and it's kind of funny that I actually as a kid thought that it was about ringtones, but it's so obvious about doorbells. Like ding dong, it's actually kind of funny, but when you're a child, you don't really understand the whole meaning behind these kind of songs. It's just like bumpy ride. It's like I thought that was about ringtones too, but it just turned out it was about go-kart and off-road biking and stuff like that. Then we have number 2, which is Famous, and this right here could be the intro for any reality show.
I could die for me, myself, and I.
Oh, I am so shameless. I wanna be famous. This is the joyride and it's my life.
It's like a tribute to everyone who just wants to be famous and does anything to become famous. And this is a song about us pursuing our own happiness and us having ourselves in focus. As it says in the song, I could die for me, myself, and I. Here's the thing, you need to live your life like you want it. As long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, I say go for it, okay? We need to start living as ourselves, and we need to start embracing who we are. And we need to understand that if we want something with our life, if there's something we dream about, then we should try and do it. If we feel like we have the ability to do it, then we should try, and if we don't, we should find opportunities to get there. I think that's important, and I think it's important that we live our lives, and this is a way of both kind of mocking the people who does everything for fame, but at the same time these people want this so badly that I don't see the problem with it, as long as they don't go too far. I still think that if you want to be famous, then you should have the ability to, and there's many easy ways to do it. So I'm just saying, go for it, live your life the way you want it, and especially if there is a reality TV crew near you, because then you're gonna be famous. But then we have my number 1, and it's Love Yourself.
See yourself and find your inner beauty. Love yourself and feel alright. You gotta love yourself, touch yourself.
Love Yourself is the type of song that represents what Gunther stands for, but also what his character is all about and his music. It seems here that we have a bigger message if you look behind the themes that are kind of hard to not think about masturbation, about semen, and about sexual intercourse. If we forget about that and we don't think about it just being a Gunther song, we get more of the story behind Gunther. This right here is a man who has a lot of stereotypes associated with him, and that's true. This is all based on stereotypes. But the thing is that Gunther isn't actually very different from anyone else. Gunther has been able to stay, a relevant figure because he is kind of like over the top and he's very unusual. But at the same time he isn't. Gunther is just like you and me in many ways. Yes, I'm not saying everyone is very perverted like him, but the thing is that he is someone who has this need inside of him. This need to be himself. And here's the kicker. Gunther feels very much like someone who has just embraced that this is the kind of person he wants to be, and he wants to live this way. In this song, it feels like you finally hit a point where you just say, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna live my way, I'm gonna be who I want to be, and I'm not gonna care what anyone else thinks. I'm gonna live every single day happy and not afraid of being who I want to be. That right there is a song that's just so perfectly hidden when it comes to this core message. Because you get the overall theme, it's like, oh, this is so a parody of Gunther from 5 years ago, and it's not even that edgy because it has to be on TV. But the thing is that if you give this a shot, if you listen closely, this is a song which has some serious topics with it. It's about self-love, but not just in the way we are meant to see it, you know, in the music video and, you know, the way they move in the music video. But if you think about it in a different way, and loving yourself, it's about loving yourself, not pleasuring yourself, loving yourself, in the sense of being who you want to be and loving the person you have become. Also, it very much helps that this is like the definition of catchy. But still, I want to just say thank you so much to Gunther for a very entertaining and funny, but also very thought-provoking ride through the years. So thank you to Gunther, but also thank you very much to the Sunshine Girls and of course the Sons for being very talented vocalists, because that gives us the ability to have a Gunther that mostly just talks dirty and moans. Either way, I want to wish them the best of luck in the UMK. Maybe Günther and D'Sanz are going to be on the Eurovision stage. I for sure will be a fan of it. I'm gonna go like this like for the entire day, and people are gonna be like wondering what happened, and I'm just gonna be like, I make YouTube videos.